All right, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Charles Payne. This is Making Money. So last week, the market, it was edging higher. Remember, every day it was just kind of moseying along, and then, of course, it turned lower on Thursday afternoon. That's when news that Israel had begun the much-anticipated attack to disable Iran's nuclear weapons ambitions. The market, of course, remained under pressure on Friday, but the downside was nowhere near as catastrophic as commentators had made it out to be. In fact, over the weekend, commentary lent itself to all kinds of crazy things. I'm sure you saw on social media, hashtag World War III. Now, what I saw immediately last week was something different. I'm calling it the drumbeats of peace. The world has been on pins and needles over Iran gaining an atomic bomb since at least 1995. The market also responded to new ways that wars are being fought. Think about this. Ukraine and Israel both able to attack within their enemy's borders. Drones, artificial intelligence, robots, that's going to dominate the battlefield. On that score, in fact, the United States has officially launched what they call Detachment 201, Executive Innovation Corps. Over the weekend, we had tech leaders from Palantir, Meta, OpenAI. They all became Army Reserve officers. This is huge. You don't know how big this is. And by the way, it shouldn't be any surprise, though. If you want to see a reflection of this, the #1 stock on the S&P 500 is Palantir. Israel's operation was so thorough, folks, it brings about a greater chance for peace and calm in that area. Meanwhile, speaking of calm, the market has adjusted very nicely to all of the fear-mongering. Since President Trump introduced higher tariffs to force fair trade and also raise money for our Treasury, you can see the sessions were averaging 3% daily moves. Obviously, that wasn't going to continue. But now look at this. The market's kind of regained its equilibrium here. And the big question, of course, is what comes next? What's the next big move? Now, there's no doubt after some profit taking, retail, you can see, pull back a little bit here, but they're ready to pounce. They probably are looking for a pull on the back, pullback. There's one niche, though, in this market that's not waiting at all. The AI data center nuclear power play, it keeps melting up. The question now is, should you be a buyer or cash out like Homer Simpson did?
What's my stock up to?
Let me punch that up on the computer. 25 cents a share.
What should I do?
Well, let me put it this way. You'll get $25 if you sell now.
Sell! Woohoo! $25.